What do we have? Can we drive down this? Yeah, we can drive down there. Oh no, do not flip. You have got to be kidding me. Alright, what's up YouTube? This must be fast. 775 game. Come back to you guys on our episode of SNOWRUNNER on Season 17. Today is episode number 4. Yes guys, how are you all doing? Hope you're all doing well. And today guys, we are going to be checking out the new Jangsu RX600. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be. I think I think I read it wrong like all of last episode whilst we were covering it. I called it the Yangsu. I'm not really sure. I don't know why. My mind thinks that things that are spelt with a J like that sometimes are pronounced like that for some. I think they are. I'm not sure if I should be calling it the Yangsu or the Jangsu or what. Whatever. Why does it have to have a weird name? I think. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I'm not really sure what way to pronounce it. I genuinely don't know. But yeah, as per any other episode, today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going to the Valley of the Falling Rocks, or of Falling Rocks. We're going to be exploring it with the new truck here, because yeah, I think that'd be fun, and also because this is, you know, one of those trucks that Saber's kind of given to us, and I've kind of hinted to us, hey, this truck is you know, it's kind of set up for, it's kind of ready to be set up for scouting, you know. So yeah, I have done a little bit of research, so I know, you know, stuff about the truck. That way I can talk about it whilst we're using it. But very quickly, we're gonna go through all the customization. We're gonna get out. I'm probably going to skip the drive to the tunnel, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, so in here we have the engines for this truck. They're all named Columbus or whatever. We got a 170X, a TX, and a 280X. Now, I don't know too much about the other ones. I'm pretty sure, because just from the Avonhorn, from the Dragon Wagon Jewel Pack, that these Columbus engines are more than likely referring to some type of Cummins engine, because that's what the real life thing that the Avonhorn had in its truck or whatever. The real life version of the Avonhorn had a Cummins engine, so it's more than likely that this thing has some kind of Cummins type engine in it. Probably a straight six of some kind. I'm not sure. I wouldn't know, but that's just something to keep in mind if you know, interests about the real thing. Which this thing's based off of something called Dongfeng, which I believe it's a Chinese truck it's based off of in real life. So yeah, nice thing about those engines, we don't have to unlock any of them. They're just all there right off the bat, free and ready to go. Stick the off-road box in it. We did have to find the high range box, so that's the reason why we have that one in stock. And we also had to find the crawler suspension, but the raised suspension was there and free and ready to go. So yeah, we're going to be sticking the crawler suspension on it, because I want to see how good this suspension is, or how bad it is, or how well it, you know, kind of flexes and gets over stuff. Yeah, because it will be interesting to see. Also, it is important to keep in mind that the gearboxes which are in this truck are not the same as all the standard gearboxes in most of the standard trucks from the base game. So yeah, just keep that in mind. They're not the exact same. They're called the same, but they are specific to this truck. Now, we're also going to be throwing on just the larger version of this thing's own tires, because yeah, I want to test them out. Now, it is important to note we could also use, for example, the mud tires, which would be quite cool to check out. The Tega mud tires on this truck, those would be quite cool to check out, or even some of just the regular mud tires, which probably wouldn't be too bad of an idea, because they definitely would give us more stability. because the tires here on this truck are actually quite narrow. I do believe they're actually narrower than most of the OHS type single tires. So yeah, they're not a wide tire, so we could struggle with stability here. I'm not really sure though. We got your standard array of winches in here for your medium trucks. Unfortunately, we don't have autonomous medium. That would be pretty sick if we had that, but we don't. And then we just got some basic snorkel options. Obviously, we're going to go for the big one. We got a spare tire on the back there as well. And yeah, I was thinking about going for the fuel tank add-on because we could probably use the fuel. Yeah, even with the crawler and suspension installed, it doesn't really. That seems to weigh it down quite a bit, but the small fuel carrier doesn't seem to weigh it down that much, which is quite good because obviously with the whatchamacallit, with the crawler suspension, we have made the suspension softer, so the truck is more likely. Yeah, I see there with like the crane, it squats a lot more. With the raised suspension, we wouldn't have that. We just wouldn't. And I do believe that this thing also has a roof rack, doesn't it? Maybe it's in somewhere else here. It's probably in this, maybe, I don't know. Sun visor, that looks pretty nice. We'll stick that on. Yeah, there we go. Trunk repair supplies, we may as well stick them on there. And we got a roll cage, which suits it quite nicely, actually, as well. And on top of that, we got some bull bears. We'll put that one on because it's got the badge integrated into it. I think that looks pretty cool. And we got external horn. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's just do this thing up, you know, absolutely everything. Also, this is something I was checking out before I pressed record or whatever. It's actually got some pretty cool exhaust related stuff going on here. Like, it doesn't have a big exhaust stack, but we can change just the side exhaust, which is actually pretty cool if I'm being honest. I really like that. Yeah, so yeah, I think I'll go with the snub heat shield. I don't know why that this is. I know it does have a heat shield on it, but that kind of looks more like a muzzle type exhaust to me than this does for whatever reason. It just does. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. We'll see what color options it has. Ooh, the paint, the whatchamacallit, the rack is, the roof rack and the roll bar and the bumper are actually paintable. Oh, that's sick. I love that. That looks brilliant. I wasn't too sure about it when it was in that kind of stock color there for a second. Oh no, but that looks, oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's nice. Paint match. Oh, I love that. That looks brilliant actually. Yeah, we'll stick on that color combo. Is that color combo different than the stock one? It must be. No, it's the same color combo. It's just it adds the correct color to the roof rack and stuff like that. Okay, so that's very nice. Yeah, that actually looks really cool. I don't think we've seen paint matched bumpers and roof racks before in this game, have we? We do have paint matched add-ons, but I don't think we've seen paint match like this before, have we? I'm honestly not sure. Okay, but that's as good as we're gonna get it. May as well just go. Also, just for narration purposes, just very quickly, I have the Paystar and the Fleetstar F2070A just sitting here because these two trucks are very similar in power level to the RX600 here. This thing outputs a maximum of 147,150 torque, which is a very oddly specific number. And torque is the kind of type of it's like the power measurement in this game. So the International here with its standardized 31 special engine outputs 150,000 torque, and the International Fleet Star here, specifically with the 2100T, not the Westline V6, outputs 145,000 torque. So yeah, that gives you an idea of where about this truck is power-wise. It's kind of right smack in the middle of these kind of trucks. So yeah, okay, but yeah, let me just go get, or let me go over to the tunnel here. It shouldn't take me too long. Right, guys, here we are going to the Valley of Fallen Rocks. They got the Western Star, the twin steer in here. They got this, and they got the P12 on the loading screen for this one. Okay, that's pretty cool. I can already see I can already see two work sites from here with the green. Okay, cool. So whereabouts are we on the map? Are we in like a corner? Is there a garage on this map? No, I didn't think there would be, but it's always fun. It's always a good idea to check. So yeah, I guess we just go to the closest watchtower. Also, whilst we're at it, we're going to grab this job here and attempt to do it. This is just a simple kind of point-to-point looking around mission. It's it's a simple mission, but it's one of those missions that we probably want to get done because it's probably locking some of the other missions. So yeah, I don't know, we'll just head off in this direction and see where we get to. It looks like there is that an upgrade, or is that that's an upgrade. That is literally an upgrade. Okay, well, we're going for the upgrade. I don't care what anyone says. We'll drive on. We're going down to the Blackwater Marsh. Oh, look, I have actually been seeing some of these signs around, and it's actually quite nice. They've got signs to mark some of these things and give them names. What does that say? Oh, exiting the Blackwater Marsh, I guess? I don't know. I swear, you can't make this stuff up. All I had to do was look down to the left, and there's literally an upgrade here. I swear the SNOWRUNNER devs haven't been as creative as lately with the upgrade hides, because yeah, like the first upgrade that we found on the first map was almost directly outside of the garage. Like there was a time when they would put the upgrades in places that could not be seen by the watchtowers, and I would spend so long looking for the upgrades that I would just look them up on the internet, because I literally wouldn't be able to find them, or they put them so out of the way that it was sometimes impossibly hard to get to them. Okay, what do we got here? IMZ-8360-X, and this is for the Voron G53 or 5352. Okay, that's pretty nice. We do also have to find the new Voron as well, which it should be on this map somewhere. Obviously, we didn't find it on the first map, so it should be here on this one, unless it's hidden in the one kind of farm area that we haven't really explored. It's still kind of a black spot on the first map just because it's not uncovered by any of the towers. So yeah, is that... We got an Azov 73 210 over there. What? Why? Okay, we're just gonna keep driving. There's an Azov right over there. What? Okay, this map's kind of turning my head around a small bit. All I have to do is look, and I can just see everything. Like I feel like I shouldn't be able to see this many things. Also, why is there a worksite right here? Is this to build like a log bridge just going through here? If it is, then that's pretty cool. Oh look, we got a broken bridge up here. How predictable. What other... There's probably a few more around here. I've seen a few green boxes already. And yeah, we also saw green boxes up there, so that means that broken bridge is a work site, more than likely. We got a toilet. Okay. What does that say? No, no swimming. Oh, I don't think it's deep enough to swim around here, but yeah, sure, if people want to swim, I don't know, just let them. Got any more? We got another worksite box over here. I'm going to assume that there's multiple worksites around here, and they're all just kind of wooden bridges, and they all probably want similar materials. Am I going to be right with that? That's the question. What does this say? Is that medium logs as well? Is that a part of the same worksite? It hardly is. They're way too far away from each other. Okay, well that's pretty cool. The RX600 here is doing a great job of getting through this place. We are just, yeah, we're just kind of cruising through the mud here. Now this is helped by the fact that one of the things that you might want to know about this truck is the fact that it has a nearly non-existent hitbox for its axles. Its axle hitbox is like literally non-existent. And the same goes for the other new truck in this game as well, the Voron. They both have extremely extremely minimal hitboxes. So yeah. Okay, so we got a thing here. Wonder what this wants, or where you have to do for what you have to do for it. Is it just going around the thing here? Yeah, looks like, no, you have to go up here. Okay. It's a long enough race, actually. Huh. That looks like it would actually be pretty fun to do. But, we're not going to do it now. And what's this box? Is it a task? Yeah, it says so. Secrets buried in the soil. Okay, that is a seismic job. Okay. So, yeah, okay. So, yeah, well, we're not going doing any of those jobs yet anyways, that's for sure. It seems like we can get up onto the main road here if we just drive this way. It doesn't seem to be too steep of a climb here or anything like that. Hopefully there isn't like a guardrail blocking us. There's a guardrail. Oh wait, no, it stops. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we can just climb up here, and then we want to go to the right here, I think. Yeah, I think we do. We don't have a choice because that bridge is out. So yeah, we want to go up this way then. Okay. Yeah, as per usual as well, I'm going to try my best not to cut out too much stuff because obviously it kind of defeats the purpose of me exploring a map and putting it on the internet if I don't show all the exploration. At least that's my mindset when I do this sort of thing. But yeah, so I'm gonna try my best not to do too much cutting out stuff. But yeah, geez, geez, we haven't even been here that long. This map's already kind of turning my it's kind of turning my brain inside out. Because like, why was there just so much stuff there at the tunnel? Like there was so much stuff, and we barely even gotten onto the map, you know. Also, this road does not seem to be going where we want it to go, so that is annoying. That is definitely annoying. We're definitely not going to get the entire map explored in this episode. We're probably going to get it like half explored this episode, and then we'll have to bring an Earth Roamer out next episode, probably, because there's probably going to be a few areas of this map that we can't, we can't uncover with the Watchtowers, like there usually is, you know. Let's see here. Is this giving us? It's kind of bringing us around sort of a long way by the looks of it. It looks like it is going to take us down towards the sawmill that we have over here. But, yeah, it seems to be kind of giving us a long bit of a route to get around here, which, you know, considering we have so much fuel on board, shouldn't really be too much of an issue for us. And honestly, yeah, I should probably get back to just going over stuff on this truck as well. That'd probably be a smart idea. Um, but yeah, like I said in the garage, one of the main things to keep in mind, at least by about its power, is that it's going to be right in between the Fleet Star and the International Pace Star on levels of power. Also, we've got a Worksite. Damn it, I was just about to start talking. What's this one? Repair parts. Actually, do we have 150 repair parts? I don't know how much repairs we have in our roof rack. I should have checked that. That is the exact amount of repair parts we have in our roof rack. Of course it is. Right. Do I want to give up all my repair parts? We do have a service hub on this map, but I mean, we'll probably end up going to that tower next. So yeah, you know what? We'll repair this. Hey. It kind of only cuts it in half. I hate that. Why can't you just clear the entire tree? That's kind of dumb. But hey, we got a Worksite done. That's kind of cool. Also, that probably should prompt me to actually see how much fuel we have in the repair supplies. We got 120 liters of fuel. And we also have 2 spare tires apparently as well. We have 2 spare wheels, even though visually we only have 1 spare wheel. Okay, that's kind of strange if I'm being honest. I mean, that's not a completely abnormal thing in this game, but usually the visual kind of spare tire add-ons, like the ones that we have, like the one we have on here, usually they only have the amount of tires that are, you know, visually there. So yeah, that's kind of strange. That's pretty strange if I'm being honest. Hey, but we're at the Sawmill here, so that's pretty cool. We found the Sawmill on this map. Something tells me this place has to be repaired, doesn't it? Also, I don't know if I can squeeze through this gap. Should I just drive around? Oh, that log isn't... Oh, okay, that's not static. Oh no, the Sawmill seems to be functional by the looks of it. Let's just go over here. What does it have? Is it logs or is it actual planks? Or do we have to craft stuff? It's crafting zone. Okay. So we got... Oh, okay, I was confused there for a second. We've actually got multiple crafting recipes in here. We can craft regular wooden planks with short logs, medium logs, or long logs, and we get an appropriate amount of planks depending on which one we use. And then we have medium planks, which can be crafted with medium logs or long logs. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. We don't have any long medium planks, but that's actually pretty cool. Okay, so we actually have multiple crafting recipes. That's very nice, actually. Okay, so we're going to come out here. We're going to drive around this direction, by the looks of it, and that looks to take us towards this tower. I'd say this tower, we're gonna get up to this tower, and then we're gonna see that we're gonna have to drive all the way back around or something like that in order to get to the next tower, because it seems like we're going really far out of our way to get to this one tower. So imagine if we just get up there and we're just completely boxed in and we have to drive like all the way back down here or something like that in order to get around again and go to the next thing. I feel like that might be what happens, but I don't know, we'll see here. That might be the watchtower, I think. Yeah, it is. That's it there. They use kind of the old looking historic towers for the watchtowers in this region, which is really, really nice. I actually really like that. Nice change from the standard watchtower. So yeah. But anyways, what was I talking about? I think I was talking about the engine torque on this truck. So yeah, it is important to keep in mind where this truck kind of sits on the engine torque kind of side of thing. It's between the 2100T engine and the kind of 5070, the Paystar 5070. So that's good to keep in mind. And then, well, if you're thinking about your power to weight ratio, it's also important to keep in mind that this truck weighs roughly I think it was roughly 9.5 tons, or 10.4 US ton, I believe. Oh, what do we got? Oh, we got oh, what's this truck? It's the ZIKZ 5365 or something like that. I forget. What is it? 5368. Damn it! I was so close. Yeah. So this truck, it weighs about 9.5 tons, which, to put that into perspective, that is almost exactly the same as the White Western Star 4964. Also, this thing is still bringing us around. We're going to be a while getting up to this tower, aren't we? It should probably bring us up here in a moment. Hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, so this thing weighs about the same as the White Western Star. And keep in mind, the White Western Star can also be fitted with the 2100T engine. So the White Western Star with its middle of the range engine is probably the closest thing. Engine. Oh my. Oh, wait a second. I was about to say, did we have to take this road to get up to it? But no, we can actually still use this road. Okay. That's good. That's good. I was about to say, if that was, oh jeez, that would have ticked me off. But yeah, so that's kind of around where this truck stands with its power to weight. It should be about the same as the White Western Star, with its with its middle engine option. Now, just to say, just so people know, that doesn't mean to say that that those two trucks will be anyway similar performance-wise, especially considering this thing's hitbox on its axles being non-existent, and also the fact that it's got its own custom gearboxes and stuff like that, and also the fact that it's much narrower and also shorter, and also the fact that it has very narrow tires, and it only has single tires, by the way. That's another thing to keep in mind about this truck. There's no dual tires on it, so when we're going hauling cargo with this truck, which we should probably try to do that, yeah, this thing may not be the most stable. And I actually scratched that. It's definitely not going to be the most stable. Also, that is quite narrow there. That is very narrow. Ugh. Oh, I don't like that. I do not like that at all. But I'd say rock crawler suspension is coming in quite handy here, because it is doing, yeah, it's doing a nice little bit of flexing there. It's not much, I wouldn't say, but I'd say it makes all the difference on stuff like this. Come on. No. Back up a small bit, just a small bit. Turn off the oil wheel for a second. That way we get a little bit more rotation. And there we go. Yes. First tower. Got a bunch of tasks. Oh, and we've also got another little church down here as well. Hey, nice. I assume we're going to have a whole load of, ooh, okay. Yeah, geez, we have a whole load of tasks that we, Yeah, okay, so we're going to turn it back around here then again, guys. We've just a decent bit around here already. So we're gonna head up in this direction. We're gonna head over to this service hub and warehouse area, and we'll get the tower, which is right next to it. Like, it's literally right on top of it. This warehouse here, it seems to have, actually, wait, why wouldn't it let me look at it? Hey, yeah, it seems to have service spare parts and bricks, so that's interesting. And we've also got another railway station down here, which is pretty cool. So we got rail sections and we got bricks. So the rail network's probably going to be a decently important bit of this region as well, I would say. And also, I think that's the area from the save screen menu where the Western Star 6900 XD and the Pacific P12 were possibly. I'm not sure, but it looks like it might be because of the rail cars all off the tracks there. So yeah, other things we've got a free log trailer here with medium logs on it, so that's kind of cool. That also begs the question, where do we get logs from? Because I don't think we had a logging area on the first map. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. We'll have to see here. Alright guys, so I just drove back down from the tower there. Figured I'd leave that out just for, you know, because we drove up there or whatever. So yeah, I'm back down here now. So that's good, just to shorten the video a bit, I guess. I don't know, or get more stuff into the video, whatever. And also just to think another bit about more stuff on this truck, just to talk about. Yeah, and then, yeah. So, obviously I was talking about it and it being similar to the white Western Star, but another thing that some people may not have noticed that haven't been playing the game for that long, or, you know, I don't know, just something that might have just gone over people's heads, is that this thing uses the exact same sounds as the White Western Star. Literally all the sounds from the White Western Star are copy and pasted onto this truck, I'm pretty sure. Even the horn. It's all the exact same. That's not really a performance related issue or anything like that, but it's just something that, you know, catches that I would notice, because I've been playing this game for so damn long, you know. But yeah, other things to take into account about this truck is the 160 liter fuel tank. I mean, it's not terribly big. However, we have done a decent bit so far where we are getting quite low on fuel now. But we do also have the 120 liter 120 liters in the roof rack, and obviously we have 900 liters of spare fuel in the tank as well. Now, usually you wouldn't have those. You wouldn't usually have the fuel tank, but still, it's with the roof rack, we've effectively got a 280 liter tank. So, you know, it's pretty good, I think, anyways, for what it is. I'm not really too sure just yet. We'll have to kind of get into a bit of cargo hauling before I decide on whether or not it's good enough for, you know, doing cargo hauling with that amount of fuel, you know. Also, this is an awkward piece to get up here. A little bit of tricky winching, and we're up over it quite nice. This is actually a route marked on the map, just so people know. I'm not just driving over this giant hill with no with no cause. Even though I could see how it would be a shortcut, even if it wasn't marked on the map. It's one of those shortcuts that I probably could have found, you know. Okay, but we are just about outside the warehouse area here. We are digging into this ground here, though. Damn, this is bad. It might also be because I'm in high gear. Why am I in high gear? High gear doesn't help when we're in deep mud. Why on earth did I have it in high gear? I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, but geez, look at this thing. It just keeps chewing through everything. Just keeps on going. And, you know, it's amazing how the non-existent hitbox on the bottom end of this truck just makes it absolutely just goes. It just goes through everything. And even with the small tires, which are, what were they? They're only 44 inches. Like, you know. Okay, so we're here. We've got another job covering the bases. I have no idea what that is. This is the warehouse itself, and we also have the service hub, so that's all well and good. We should get ourselves some more repair supplies. So yeah, we're good again. We didn't have any damage, I don't think. I think we had a small bit of visual damage, but we didn't have any actual damage. So yeah. Okay. Drive across there. Oh, we got another marker there. Oh, and we've got a work site here. Gotta keep looking out for the work sites. because the only way to see what they need is to drive up to them and, you know, click on them, and then you can see what they need on the map. So this is concrete blocks and medium planks. Every single one of them seems to be different, which I do like that about the work sites, because sometimes in some regions, particularly if you look back on some of the regions from, you know, the base game, and I would also even argue some of the regions from probably the year one pass, you would notice that similar jobs would often have similar like route building jobs, like for example wooden bridges or you know, steel bridges or concrete bridges or whatever. You know, they'd often have very similar. They'd often nearly be the exact same materials that would always be required. So it is quite nice to see that we got loads of different jobs, and they all want different things. They're not just all asking for the exact same thing, because when you have to deliver the exact same thing, it does get repetitive. Okay, but here we are at Watchtower number 2, and we are also dangerously low on fuel. I better put some into the into the tank. Wonder if we'll get any upgrades or anything. Got a decent view there. No upgrades though. It would have said it immediately if there were. Honestly, if we hadn't discovered the upgrade that was down here immediately, it probably would have discovered the upgrade there when we launched that tower. Okay, but looks like we have a sideboard semi-trailer with some materials on it there. I believe that's the concrete plant on this map that we have to repair. We got what looks like a can, LO4F down there. We've got the logging station. Oh, and that's actually one of the points we have to go to. Okay, we might drive up there then. For a rainy day. Okay. We've also got another tower over here. Okay. We got the fertilizer farm. Okay. A lot of places we need to drive to, and they're not all exactly in the directions that are the easiest, or not all exactly in the same direction, are they? I think we should probably go for that tower. We'll loop back around and get the logging station and the fertilizer farm, but I think the tower should probably come first. So drive down there, maybe, and we go across this way. Yeah, and then we can go over here and we can get to it. Yeah, I think that's the way we'll go. We'll have to mark that out, actually. Alright, then I got the map marked out there. So, back down this way. Map marked out. I meant route marked out. What do I mean, map? Well, yeah, I suppose I was marking the map. Oh, whatever. Route mark. I've got the route marked. I've got the map marked. You know what I mean. Yeah. So, yeah, yeah, the thing is, it probably would be quicker to go back kind of the sort of direction that we just came. But we're going to go around this way anyways, just because it might be fun to. Yeah, you never know. It's the only reason why. Simply because it might be fun. Oh, that's a problem there. That's alright though. We're over it. So, more things to talk about on the Jangsu. I suppose it's also the little things that I need to just you know, say about this truck as well, because there are going to be a bunch of little things that I'm going to just completely forget to mention on this truck, like the fact that I don't think I've mentioned the fact that it's always on diff lock and switchable all-wheel drive, which is just the dream setup, the perfect setup. Any truck that's got that setup, instantly I start to like it. It doesn't mean I'm going to think it's a brilliant truck at the end of the day, because there are a lot of things that depend on the performance of a truck. But if the all-wheel drive is switchable and the diff lock is always on, it's a damn good start. It's a very good first impression. We'll put it that way. So yeah, um, what other small things are there to talk about? I suppose there's also the gearboxes. Yeah, like I said, the gearboxes for this truck, they're all slightly different. They're not the standard gearboxes. They're not the standard high range, balance, fine tune, and off road that you find in every single other truck. And the off road box, whilst it doesn't feel all that different to me, there is obviously one glaring oversight that makes it different to a standard off-road gearbox that almost anybody would notice, and that is the fact that it has 6 automatic gears instead of, I believe the standard for the off-road box is 4 automatic gears. So yeah, so this truck is actually pretty zippy, if I'm being honest, with the 6 auto gears. And I do, well, I say that it doesn't feel that fast when I'm driving on the road. When I was driving on the road with it, it feels pretty quick off road, but on road it doesn't feel as fast to me. That's, yeah. Yeah, that's just the way I feel. You could feel completely different to me when you're driving it. It all depends on the driving style in a lot of cases as well. Other thing I suppose I should talk about, the tires of this truck, which are its own custom set, and they're in mud tires, even though I believe they function a little bit more like off-road tires than they do mud tires, because when I was looking at the spreadsheets, they were marked down under off-road tires, I believe, instead of mud tires. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or if that was, I don't know, maybe it's the game, I don't know. But when we were in the garage anyways, they were under whatchamacallit, they were under mud tires, even though they're not really. I do, yeah, they do seem to have similar values to sort of off-road tires. They don't really seem to fit in with the mud tires when you look at their stats, and honestly they're not quite like off-road tires either. They've got I think it was, don't quote me on this, I think they have a 1.1 rating on road, which is pretty decent and a little bit higher than most of the off-road tires on their road type rating. Then in the kind of dirt, off-road kind of dirt rating, they're quite bad compared to off-road tires, compared to like OHS and I think compared to mostly OHS and I believe the JAT OHS or OMS or whatever they're called. I don't remember what they're called. This is the problem. There's too much information, and I'm never smart enough to write anything down. I'm never smart enough to take notes. This is the problem with me. Don't quote me on anything, because there's a good chance I've gotten something wrong. But yeah, on the dirt kind of side of things, they're not the best compared to off-road tires. But in the mud sort of area, they are a bit more above average. The average for the off-road tires, the average rating is around kind of 1.7, 1.8 type of area, where the tires on this truck have a 2.1 rating, I believe. So it's got a little bit extra in that department. So I'd say that's probably the reason why we've been going through the mud so well. So far, and at least so far anyways, we've been having such good luck with the mud, and this thing has not gotten stuck at all. Also, we have to be careful going over this gap, definitely. And what do we have? Can we drive down this? Yeah, we can drive down there. Oh no, do not flip. You have got to be kidding me. Damn it. Okay, now what am I gonna do? Alright guys, here we go. I seriously contemplated leaving the episode off off like that, with just the truck flipped only a few feet from the only a few meters from the watchtower there. But no, we're gonna try and get this thing back over here. The LTI should be able to do it. Need the diff lock. There we go. It's kind of poetic how that kind of happened, because I did a very similar thing with the load, or not with the loads, with the canned loaf. In the second episode of this, I flipped it right before I got to one of the towers, and I had to go grab the Earthroamer LTI to come and flip it back over. So, yeah, kind of poetic how the same thing happened with this truck. The Earthroamer LTI has kind of been a bit of a, it's kind of becoming a bit of a silent saver for us so far in this series. It's just, yeah, okay. And we're going to, that is not the way you're supposed to go down that. That is not the way you're supposed to go down that at all. Okay, but here we are. Got a nice, good overlook of this lake sort of area here, I think. Or is this a lake? Or is this a river? It might be a river, actually. I haven't checked properly on the map. Okay, yeah, it's kind of a river that's kind of going all the way around the map, I guess. Or creeks or whatever, I don't know. One thing I do have to say, I do really like kind of the mountainous region that we kind of have going on here with this region. It's very kind of, we got kind of like mountainous areas here, and we're going up and down, we're going all over the place. This big mountain kind of going across here, you know. I really do kind of like the way that they've kind of designed, you know, this region. I feel like it's going to be quite a fun one to complete. I don't know, but only time will tell, really. But oh, is that the, oh, there we go. We got the Voron. Well, we've got its location, oldie but goldie. It's up there. We also have a fuel station quite close to it, and a fuel station warehouse which has oil barrels and not fuel. Okay. Anything else interesting? We've got an off-road scout trailer. Oh, and it's not like a mission one. It's just a free off-road scout trailer. Okay, that's pretty cool. But yeah, okay, we didn't get any more upgrades, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, we will have to do stuff like going to these areas here in the next episode. We're gonna have to finish off there. I don't have any more time. I'm well over time at this point. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. The RX600 here, it's you know what? It's for a scout, in the scouting kind of purpose here. Just as final notes, it's pretty good for this kind of scouting work. I am interested to see how it will work as an actual cargo truck, though. But that'll have to be something we'll do at a later date here. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I will hopefully see you all in the next one. Goodbye.